So I love the stress of higher education, I will say that. It is stressful, but it's a good stress.
Mary Larkin, the program coordinator of the Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, and Transgender Resource Center, sits down with us today to discuss her job and the impact of the LGBT Resource Center on Eastern's campus.
I think that my job is to be a voice and an advocate and an educator to and for the LGBTQ community on this campus, and to ensure that this campus understands what it means to be inclusive. I've been here for 5 years. I'm going into my 5th year. I was in Res Life at the University of Michigan, directing a theater troupe that dealt with diversity, community, social issues that's similar to Close Up. When I came in, I was really excited because I was not specifically doing LGBTQ work, and so I was excited, especially with everything that's going on right now in our country and in politics and the hot topics, and just what an important drive this is. And so I think coming in, I was excited that that was the work. I think the RC in and of itself is an amazing thing. It's the hub of advocacy and education, along with creating a community and a space for students. We are currently one of the top 100 LGBT-friendly schools in the country, and a lot of that comes down from the support that we get from this administration. I think the cool thing about the RC is that it's run, for the most part, by students. And students teach me all the time, where I think that I understand certain things around sexual identity, orientation, labels, and they're like, that's wrong. Oh, okay. So, and I think most of us realize in higher ed students are always a step ahead of us. We just help with the planning, implementation, and funding. Here's money. Do what you want. So I think first for orientation and the BB Queer is always one of my favorites because you get a new batch of energy that comes through, and so we get a little complacent, those of us who have done this work, who are here, and we forget that it's really exciting for people who are coming from a place who haven't been able to experience that or do that work. And so we see that. We see students' faces light up at First For, that this exists. We even see that at Explore EMU and Fast Track, where students come through and they're like, that's a whole office? What do you do? And so that's really exciting. And then the BB Queer, just visually looking out and seeing every year, 4 years ago there were 100 students, and then there were 200 students, and it keeps growing, and this year we were just under 400. And to know that we're casting that net on campus and making it a safe place for allies to be there and not worry about what folks think about their identity, I think is really key in the work that we do. I'm sure anybody in higher ed would say that surprise you every year, that you get to build these relationships with and watch them in this community make changes to this campus climate, which is absolutely amazing. The SAFE campaign has been something that I have been able to witness, which is, it's our educational component. So instead of doing ally training, where ally training insinuates that everybody should learn how to hug a gay person, and that might not be in everybody's wheelhouse, but what I do think everyone's capable of is not discriminating against people. And you can get people on board if you just ask, do you believe that every student should be in a safe and comfortable environment to learn? And they're like, yes. Well, is that happening? No. Okay, so then let's talk about that. I think that my job is to ensure that we're having the larger conversation, not just around sexual orientation, but what gender looks like on this campus and what application should say so that students feel included, and that our processes, make sense to folks. And so I think that's my job, and I think that I'm doing it, but you could ask other people. Maybe they know better.
For more information on the LGBT Resource Center, visit emish.edu/LGBTRC or stop on by room 354 of the Student Center and see it all for yourself.
Now, some people think that this is the wobble, and it's not. I don't know how to wobble. So sometimes I just stand in my colleagues' door frames, and they're like, what? And then I just go like that. People love to wobble.